Hi and welcome to number 5 of Cricut for Beginners. So I hope that it's been useful so far, and today we are going to turn this into this. So this is the alphabet letter that we made in the last episode on number 4, and on number 3 we made the umbrella from scratch. So if you haven't seen those, pop back and have a go. If not, today we are going to use the letters we've made to make our custom layered monogram cake topper. These are brilliant. So I've made a letter. You can make them in numbers and put names on. They're good for cake toppers. You can use them for detailed birthday cards and scrapbooking layouts. They're brilliant. The beauty of these are that you can either buy a cake that you've had designed. So I have an amazing lady, hi Jenny, that makes cakes for me, and she's a cake genius. So she will make a cake and then I will customize it with a topper to match what she's done. Or if you buy a plain cake, you can pop it in the top and make that cake extra special. And what we're going to do today is we're going to work through step by step how to really easily do these. And these are so quick and easy to do. And if you are a cake maker, then this saves you a fortune, because if you've got a Cricut machine, you can make all of your own cake toppers. Or if you just like planning parties and planning for the kids, and like I always have, then you've always got something up your sleeve that you can create a cake topper or a personalised card. If you've only just found me here and this is the first time you've come to this series, then do consider going and watching the others and building up to this stage. Or I'll put the link to my website below and you can grab a custom alphabet of your choice. They're all free there to download, and you can use one of those to make your cake topper. So let's get started. So we're going to start by uploading our umbrella letter. So if you remember from episode 2, you could screenshot them to upload them. So I've already removed the back, but you would just go on and click on it. Or you've probably saved your letter from last week as a project. So I'm just going to upload it there. And then I'm going to grab our umbrella that we also saved from our previous project. So if you're making one with one of my alphabets, you may not have any elements, but if you have, then upload those too. But these are all from the previous videos. So now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it. So if you can't get hold of the rotate button on the image, then go up to the top rotate bar and you can rotate it that way, because we're going to cut that as a separate layer. Now what we're going to do is I've coloured my layer blue, but you can see that actually my design space has scrolled in again. It keeps doing this every time I come out of it. So I want to scroll back in so it's 12 by 12. And when you look at that, actually my letter's massive. So I'm going to then just make those smaller. And I'm going to create an offset for my first layer. So create the offset, make it as big or as small as you want. I want this one, I think, to be just a slight one. And click apply. And then we're going to change that colour. So I'm going to choose a blue now, but I might change it after. So when you've done that, again, just you can either select your last layer or select all and create another offset. And I think I might make this a slightly bigger one, because you want to see the colours poking through and have them so that they're all slightly different, or you can have them all the same and very uniform, but I like to change them up a bit. So then again, I'm going to go into that. Now I've coloured that one grey, because what I'm going to do is do some silver glittery layers mixed in with this. Do my next layer. And you can see that I'm starting to remove the contours just naturally by creating offsets and it getting thicker and thicker. And these really do look effective when they're cut out. So now we're going to add the text, but first of all, you'll see that I've got some extra layers on this. So I did add an umbrella. Anyway, I decided I didn't like it, so I'm going to take that off after, but I wanted to show you because you can change your mind halfway through a project. That is fine. So I typed Annie, just a random name, and I'm going to go into my own fonts and I'm going to choose Love and Beach. So this is one that I designed. No, not designed. I'm so used to saying that. Downloaded from Design Studios, and I've had it a couple of years. It comes in about 10 different versions. Some's got spots in. It's a great font and you can use it for loads. So I'm going to add an offset to that, and then that's going to be my backing so that I can stick my letters on. So I'm going to colour that. I think we'll go over blue, and then we're going to add another offset. Colour that again. So again, we might change all these after. But what we're going to first of all do is get rid of this. So this just shows you how easy it is to just change a project halfway through, as I said. So I'm going to get rid of them 2 back layers. And I'm going to do that just by grabbing hold of them and deleting. Then we're going to recenter our letters. And once we've recentered them, I'll just move the umbrella back. And now we are going to position our name. And this is really good because actually if you've got a number, you can do it with a number as well and put a name on the side, which works really, really well. So I've actually managed to grab the rotate tool there. So I'm going to position it in. It just needs turning around a little bit more. And now we can create an offset for that. And that will then incorporate it so that it doesn't look like it's just added on the side. And you know what? You can make as many layers of these as you want. It really is endless. You can do as much as you want. So I did add an extra layer to that. So I've got 2 extra layers. And then I've got my word. So I'm going to position everything into place now. So what I've done is I'm going to change my colours slightly. So I've just added a green in there because I just felt like it was all a bit samey. So you've got a green layer in there as well. You can choose whatever colour you want. I think I've gone with a couple of shades of blue, a shade of silver, which will be silver glitter, and a green. And then I've got my purple for my umbrella as a contrast. So I'm going to send it to cut on the mat. And if you look there, so there's my silver layer. I've got a green layer, but it's just loading them in and out of the mat. You don't need to do that. So what I've done is I've put that green onto my silver mat. And what that's done now is as long as I cut my card down, I can put one under the other. And you can see with your numbers at the side of the mat that you put them in the right place. And then you can just cut them out together. Now I've done this with a few different layers. And you can see there that you've got 2 separate bits of cards. I set them as glitter cardstock and it cut out fine. And it just makes cutting out quicker. It's just easier to load rather than loading in, loading out. And I do that quite often. So you just move it on to one mat to the other, look at your measurement where it should be and cut it out. And now we're weeding. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm reverse weeding. So what this is just flipping over your mat and pulling it off. And the reason that I do this is because it comes away easier. Now what you can't do is bend your mat in half because it will snap. But if you just bend it slightly, especially when you're like me using a stickier card, it means that you can flip it over and it just peels away gently. It really is much easier. But as I say, the trick is do not bend it in half because that doesn't work. It will snap. So now I've got my acrylic glue and I'm just using tweezers to gently attach my letters to the offset layer. So this is Cosmic Shimmer. And because it's acrylic, I don't know, it just has a bit of a slide to it. So you can put it on and then position it and slide it about. So I've got just a fine applicator. I'll see if I can find a link and pop that below from Amazon. And they're just brilliant because I've had this about a week now and it hasn't clogged up. So I just put the little pin in the top and it's staying fresh. So I'm going to use glue just for that layer. And then I'm going to use, for the next layers, I'm going to use sticky pads. And I've got 2 different size sticky pads and I also cut them up as well if they're not the right size. So we're going to start building from the back. And I'm not going to spend ages showing you this because all we're doing is putting sticky pads on, making sure that your layers are lined up correctly, and then building up from the back. Making sure you don't get any bits of debris in your way. And then, as you can see, with the sticky pads, it's giving it that extra dimension. So you can do this with glue, but it just looks nicer. So if I need smaller sticky pads, I just cut them in half, and I do that all the time. And it saves so much wastage. And also I don't like it when they're a bit big and squashing out the corners. It ruins the finished effect. So this is our green layer. As you can see, we've got some glitter. We've got some metallic cards. So I've really mixed it up with my media and what colour cards I've used. And there's my top layer. So I've also got my little pink umbrella to go, or lilac umbrella to go on the top. And I wanted that a completely different colour for a contrast. And now we're going to add our name. So that you've just got to slot it in with the layers. And because that's got a couple of layers itself, it will slot in really well. And you can see now why it's worth adding the offset on the backgrounds, because it just looks like, well, it is just part of the file. And now flip it over, put a line of your acrylic glue, and this sets really well. And I always use a straw, but you could also use cake topper doweling as well, or you could put that inside of it so that you've got your straw effect. And there you go. It's a really simple cake topper and they look amazing. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed that and have got an amazing cake topper to show at the end of it. And I'm thrilled with mine and how it's turned out. I did question whether I'd use too much glitter card as I was building it, but I put the green in as a bit of a contrast. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. And it's amazing what you can do just with the offset tool, slice and weld. And we've gone from a circle to that, which is amazing. It just shows that you can create and achieve anything if you just put your shapes together and use the free tools that are available to you in Cricut. So do come back for episode 6, because we're going to go one step further and we're going to use the cupcake alphabet we used to create a split monogram. So the split monogram is where you've got your monogram letter, but you put a word or a name in between. So here are two I made earlier. So these are previous files, and this is a floral alphabet on my site, and what we've done is we've made it into a split monogram so that you can put a name, or you can put anything in, so, or a season or a holiday. So we're going to do that with the baking alphabet next week. That's another way to do amazing cake toppers or scrapbooking layouts or cards. So please do pop back. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Check out the others in the series, and happy crafting.